Click on the link below, register right now for my masterclass.
Join the workshop.
You do a webinar a week, every week for a year. By the time the year's up, you'll never have financial worries.
Register for the webinar right now and I will see you there.
This year, I've seen over 2.2 million people I'll be able to serve. Inside this, I'm doing this at the live launch event. The most powerful tool that I know, webinar.
For the last 4 years, I have been helping my clients generate crores in a year with a single strategy, which is webinars. And unless you are living on another planet, you have noticed that most of the people who are making money this online space, they do webinars. If you're a coach, consultant, course creator making around 2 to 3 lakh rupees per month, deep down you know that your offer works, but still revenue feel inconsistent, unpredictable, or sometimes you depend upon referrals, DMs, or random ads. If that's you, then pay very close attention, because what I'm about to show you might be the missing piece for you. So here is the truth most people would not tell. You don't have a lead problem. You don't even have a webinar problem. You have a system problem. Now, what do I mean by system problem? Let's just talk about that. Because right now, one of these is happening to you. You tried webinar in the past, but they did not convert. You run ads, but leads were low quality. You build funnels, but nothing was consistent. And now you are stuck thinking that maybe this just does not work for my niche. And that's not true. Trust me. I have been into this industry for many years, working with clients from zero and actually helping them generate 10 to 20 lakh rupees per month. Because the real issue is you never given a complete working system, which is true. Because you need to understand that scaling 10 to 20 lakh rupees per month is actually very simple. Now, it's not easy. It's simple, because all you need is just 3 things: right offer, right message, and a system that brings the right kind of people consistently. Now, for a second, I want you to imagine, you have a right kind of people showed up in your webinar, and you say the right word, you put the right offer in front of them. That's all you need. That's it. You have a high converting webinar. You don't need 20 tools or complicated funnels. Heck, even you don't need random strategies. All you need is just properly build webinar system that does all 3 together. That's it. So many of you did not know me. My name is Firoz Paul, and over the last few years, we have helped coaches, consultants, course creators build and scale their businesses using done for you webinar system like this. We have generated over 8 crore in client results, build high converting funnels across niches. You name it, we have it. Consistently help our clients move from inconsistent income to a predictable 10 to 20 lakh rupees per month. Not by adding more complexity, but by fixing what actually matters. And I don't want you to take my words, That's why I want to show you some of the case studies. Okay, we have a tons of case studies. This is one of my client named Dr. 𝐡𝐞𝐥𝐻. We have put great webinar funnel, great offer, and result is total ad spend 10,522 and revenue approximate 9 lakh rupees. And this is just, by the way, this is just from the one webinar. Okay. Another client, Vinita, we put out a great offer, great webinar funnel. Okay. We started running ads, and results is 20 lakh in cash collected in just 3 months by spending 40,000 rupees on ads. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Firoz, webinar does not work for me. My niche is different. I have already tried this, so and so forth. Fair, I get it. But here is the reality. Most webinar fail for one simple reason. They build like a presentation, not a conversion system, which is true. Bad offer, weak messaging, no backend follow-up, no structure. Of course, it is going to fail. Of course, they don't work. It's like blaming ads when the funnel is broken. It does not make sense, right? So instead of giving you another script or another course, we do something which is very different. We build and install a complete done for you webinar funnel inside your business in the next 14 days that consistently bring you a high quality and predictable revenue without you relying on referrals, DMs, or heck, even spending hours on one-on-one calls. And this includes your offer positioning. We build your offer one-on-one over a call. Your webinar structure, we build your webinar structure, webinar presentation one-on-one over a call. Your landing page, because it's a done for you service, we are going to build a landing page. Your ads, we script, we edit, we launch, we manage, and we scale your ads. Okay. Email and SMS flow, we make sure that you get a higher show up rate in the webinar. And after webinar, people buy your services or your product. And ongoing optimization and management. Because it's a done for you service, we are going to manage and optimize your whole funnel, including ads. We are going to scale your ads week by week over the next 3 to 4 months. straight, so that you don't have to figure anything out. Your only job is to show up in the webinar and just teach. That's it. With the proper communication on your end, results and sales can be achieved in 14 business days, because it took us only 14 days to build this entire system and launch with ads. Nobody's doing this in the market. And of course, this is not a theory, okay? We have seen this work across different industries. Clients going from inconsistent leads to a structured 10 to 20 lakh rupees per month. I already showed you. Campaign generating 3x to 5x ROI consistently, and webinar funnel that actually convert because they are built as a system, not as an experiment. Now, I don't want you to take my words again. We have a tons of testimonials. This is one of our client named Dan Ramon. We put out a great offer, great 5-day event, and we generated 16,64,000 in just 5 days, spending 51,660 rupees on ads. Another client named Ramesh, we put out a great offer, great 3-day event, started running ads, and we generate 2 lakh rupees in just 3 days by just spending 30,000 rupees on ad. And this is, by the way, paid event. Another client, we put out a great webinar, okay, started running ad, 15 days of promotion, and 2 lakh approximately in cash collected by just spending 60,000 rupees on ad spend. Crazy, right? And we have a tons of case studies like this, okay? Even we do for ourselves 6-figure in revenue every single month. Now let me address something which is very important. You might be comparing this with other agencies or other options, because on the surface level, it may look like similar, funnels, ads, webinars, same. But here is the difference. Most people are selling you the pieces. Either they sell you the done with you courses, done with you coaching, do it yourself courses, or maybe funnel, or maybe ads. But what we are focusing on, building your entire system end to end. That's why it's a done for you system. Okay. That's why this is not positioning you as a service. It's a client acquisition system. Okay. And also this is only works if you already have a validate offer. If you already generate 5 to 10 initial clients, you have some revenue coming in and your intent to scale it further. Okay. So here is how it works. Somewhere on this page, you'll see an option to apply for the discovery call. And this is not a free consultation or an inquiry call. Okay. Let me just very clear, where you book a call just for the inquiry, just for getting more information. This is a very, concise, very like practical call, very private calls, because what we are going to do, we are going to identify where things are breaking in your business, and map out what it would take to build a proper system for your business. If it makes sense, we will show you how we can help implement this. If not, you'll still walk away with the clarity. So there is no real risk of booking this call. And again, as I told you, doing nothing and continuing with an inconsistent system, that's the real risk. Okay. Remember, we are only taking max 4 to 5 clients every month, because our team does all the heavy lifting. We are not going to pressurize you into anything. If we think this can work for you, we will tell you. Okay. It's as simple as that. So if you're serious about building a predictable client acquisition system using webinars, go ahead, apply for that strategy call. If you are good fit, we will help you build this the right way. And I appreciate you watch it till the end. I'll see you on the other side. Take care.